You are listening to Disciples of Deceit, the Allbright, Part 1. This drama contains mature content, which may not be suitable for all listeners. Audience discretion is advised. For more information, see the description for this episode.
Coral hallways weave and wind through the dense maze-like halls of a bio-engineered organic fortress. This is the Hive. It sits on the ocean floor. Massive creatures drift around it. An onyx-scaled leviathan lazily swims as a gigantic walrus dives into the interior of the Hive. Walls of coral pass by rapidly before the blubbery beast emerges from a moon pool in a large room. An older, elven woman with deep brown skin dismounts from the large walrus. She strides forward with regal countenance, her purple and golden armor reflecting the bioluminescence that fills the chamber. She signals to 4 cadets standing nearby. She approaches and passes them.
This way.
They follow, walking under a banner, teal, with the symbol of a white flower in the center. The flag of Zola. In the lead is a young man. 2 young women step to follow behind. One reaches over, squeezing the hand of the other. And in the rear is a shorter individual. The young women share a glance.
Took her long enough to show up.
Shh. Remember, discipline.
Yeah, I know. Pay attention. Do as you're told. Are you nervous?
Not at all.
You can tell the truth, you know. At least to me.
Fine. I might be a little nervous.
Shocking. She's not the epitome of perfection.
You know I'm not perfect.
Oh, all too well.
What are you trying to say?
It makes you real. Makes you lovable.
Oh, really?
Yes. Trust me.
Well, then I'll try to contain my inner perfectionist.
Oh, for all of our sakes, please do.
Ugh. It's you planning on flirting the whole time?
I was, until you killed the mood.
I'm glad I did us all a service then. Right, Fritz?
I don't know. I think it's cute.
Guess you're alone on this one, Devin.
Yeah, what's new?
An older, elven man stands in the center of the hallway, clad in black, scaled armor. Emblazoned on his chest is the symbol of a white flower. Under his arms, he carries a matching onyx helm. On it, 2 red lines cross, one along the eyes, the other down the center of the face. The older woman in the lead steps to join him.
New cadets, we value your unwavering commitment to the Empire of Zola. Decades into this war, it is noble that you stand ready to face Grengar. It is here that you will find your home and your purpose in this conflict. Some of you may rise to great martial prowess, serving our nation through your heroic feats of strength and discipline. Others may carve new arcane discoveries that shall shape the history of science and magic as we know it. Do not worry. You shall find your respective area of expertise. And we are here to guide and shape your path as Oculites. Both myself, Preon Ensio, and my colleague, Marina Vestol.
The oculites lead them down a hallway of porous living coral. The walls are covered in networks of vibrant oceanic vegetation.
We welcome you to the Hive. Here you will train until you master the skills to become an Eye of the Beast.
Ensio's face stays guarded perpetually, his salt and pepper hair pulled back into a tight bun. Marina's dark hair falls about her shoulders in thick curls. Water droplets float among the jet-black afro, like suspended crystals hanging in the air.
Today, you will share your first connection with your companion, beginning the bonding process to create the heightened relationship known only to the eyes of the beasts.
They step into the chamber. Walls of deep emerald kelp frame dim bulbs of yellow light. 4 spheres of water sit in the center of the room. Attached to each are a number of vertical tubes pulsing with bright arcane liquid. Inside each is a foot-long embryo.
You have each been granted a creature to forge your bond with. As we move down the line, please step forward to your respective companion. Devenrik Gallus.
Yes, sir.
A young man steps forward eagerly, a smirk on his face. His blue tunic does little to hide his well-toned frame. Curls of dark hair hang about his head. His elven ears peek through them, framing his defined jawline.
Your companion, a subspecies of octopus with genetic traces of electrophores, commonly known as electric eels.
Devenrik Gallus beholds inside of the orb a semi-transparent spherical creature. Its skin shifts colors as small tendrils stretch off it, occasionally sparking with electricity.
Renoka Eidlon?
You can call me Rein, for short.
A young woman calmly steps forward. Auburn, wavy hair falls from her relaxed half-elven face. Her green eyes scan the room. As she steps forward, her hand briefly squeezes the woman's hand next to her.
Rein, your beast, a unique alteration of a common amphibian, the frog, enhanced by utilizing the genetic material of cephalopods to create additional appendages.
Rein steps toward a tadpole encased within a protective shell. A chaotic plethora of limbs sprawl out wildly from it.
Fucking sweet.
Next we have Frederick Isles?
Yes, ma'am, and please, just Fritz. Thanks. A sheepish, elvish individual with short, wavy blonde hair steps forward. They twiddle their hands nervously, but their anxiety does little to hide the growing excitement behind their bright, seafoam eyes.
A specialized choice for you, Fritz. A rare species of jellyfish, mostly passive in nature. However, they have rapid reflexive skills. Their tendrils have been augmented with fatally dangerous venom, extracted from the stingers of purple worms that burrow deep underground.
Fritz gazes into the sphere, seeing a small, crown-like shape with tiny tendrils peeking off its sides. A polyp, a premature jellyfish, readying to enter its mushroom-shaped Medusa phase.
And finally, Efina Satane.
Sir.
A stoic, elvish woman stands ready. Her light brown eyes shift from her partner, Rein, to the oculite standing before her. Blonde hair falls around her proud and dignified shoulders. She stands with a natural confidence, determination written across her face.
The beast accompanying you is an enhanced breed of crocodile, spliced with draconic genetic material, creating what we now call a dracodile. Its draconic origin stems from black dragons, meaning it has an affinity
An affinity for acid.
That is correct, Cetaean. But I would refrain from interrupting your oculites.
Understood. My apologies, sir.
Your beast, Cetaean.
Efina looks into the sphere. A curled up reptilian creature sits there, peacefully rocking back and forth, the liquid around it bubbling.
To forge a bond with your companion, you must give up a bit of your essence, a strand of your genetic makeup. When I bonded with my companion Exvagog, I gave him a droplet of my blood. Marina, what did you give Zavinov?
Zavinov and I bonded uniquely. During my recovery from a Grangari attack, I underwent extensive surgery. Skeletal reconstruction. I deposited bone marrow into my companion.
Metal as fuck.
Rein, shut up.
Well, it is.
Make your deposit when you are ready. You may then find your way to your quarters. Oculite Vestol will stay with you in the incubation chamber for as long as needed.
What are you all gonna do?
Don't know. Still thinking.
Same.
I think I know, but I just don't want to leave yet.
Well, Fritz, what are you thinking?
I just can't stop staring at the little tendrils, so beautiful. Like wisps of hair blowing in a summer breeze.
Right. You know you can spare the poetry.
You asked what I was thinking.
Yeah, well... Yeah, got me there. Guess the good old-fashioned way will have to do.
Devenrik pulls out a small blade, slicing across the tip of his finger carefully. The blood pools before a drop falls into the water.
Well, that's that. Oculite Vestol,
Yes, Gallus.
when do they get their names? Do we get to do that?
You will name them when you are ready.
Right. Good to know. I'm off. Don't take too long. I'd hate to be eating alone tonight.
Devenrik gives one last look at his companion.
Nova. Yeah.
Time passes quickly as the other three stare at their companions. Fritz runs their hands through their hair, and a strand comes free into their fingertips. They hold it out, contemplating, then look back down at their companion. Not so different, you and I. They place the strand of hair into the sphere, and it drifts off to land nestled within the jellyfish's small tendrils. One of them quickly lashes out, splicing the hair in twain. Oh, that was violent. No, evocative. Splitting hairs. It evokes passion. Volca? Yeah, Volca. Nice to meet you. I'm Fritz. They stare down in wonderment, just watching their new companion twiddle with the segmented sections of their hair. Oculite Vestol, is it alright if I just stay and watch for a bit?
Yes, Fritz.
Rein slowly paces around her companion, sizing them up.
So, Vestol, how do you get all these little arms and legs in there?
Biomancy.
Right, biomancy. Arcane manipulation of the natural world. But how?
You want to know how?
Well, yeah, that's what I asked.
Oh. Through careful extraction, strands of genetic material can be synthesized into their simplest components. From there, it becomes a process of understanding the way in which each of these elements shape the development of the organism. This can be done manually, but the time spent would be astronomical. However, with Arcana, the process becomes much simpler. Using variations of divination, one can find the specific genetic code that leads to the development of a certain trait. From there, it becomes arcane surgery, splicing that code into a new organism.
Right. Right. And who's to say this can't be used to enhance people if they wanted to? Regeneration or a new limb, something along those lines?
There's nothing to say it can't be done. And indeed it has. I myself have perfected numerous biomantic enhancements.
Wait, you've enhanced yourself? With extra limbs?
No, nothing quite that extreme. Simple things. Musculature and endurance capabilities. The ability to breathe underwater.
Is that something we can learn?
Yes.
Good to know.
Rein leans down to her sphere. She presses closer, her nose an inch from the watery bubble. Slowly, her face submerges into the sphere. She carefully blows a bubble of air, then withdraws, watching the bubble of her breath and saliva drift over to pup on the embryo.
Nice. Your name. Name. Freyheim. After my grandparent. Look just about as wild as you do.
Rein paces around the bubble housing Freyheim, her new amphibious companion. And then she stops.
Hey, Fritz. You want to go catch up with Devin?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Effie. See you in a bit. Don't take too long.
I won't. I'm thinking.
Effie, you're doing that thing again.
What thing?
That thing where you're so focused, there's only one way to get your attention.
Rein. Stop it. I'm trying to focus.
All right, okay. I'll leave you to it. But save just a bit of that focus for me, all right?
Whatever you say. Now get out of here.
Aye, aye.
Rein gives a little dramatized salute to Efina before turning towards Fritz, and the two leave the room together. Only Efina and Marina Vestol are left within. The two stand waiting in silence for what feels like hours.
How do you know?
Know what?
Any of it? The bonding, the name, the connection.
It's about trust. Having faith in yourself and in your companion. Only then will you be able to fully work together. Your companion can tell when you don't trust them. And in turn, they will lack trust in you. You must be the one to straddle the divide.
Trust.
Efina stares at the sphere, then extends her hand. She pushes against the field before it gives. Bubbling acid surrounds the Dracodile embryo. Her skin sizzles away, the liquefied fibers joining the embryo. Eventually, she slowly removes her hand. It bubbles and boils. Marina approaches. She holds out her hands.
May I?
Sure.
Marina clasps Efina's hand, and as she does, energy traces up her arms, sealing the wound with ease.
Thank you.
You did well. You showed trust. They will know that.
Oh, good.
She turns back to face the sphere.
Hello, little one. I know you don't really know me yet, and I barely know you, but I'm sure that'll change. You seem bubbly? I mean, you did dissolve my skin, and never mind. Probably not great stuff to say. I just want you to know that I trust you, and I hope you can trust me. Your name? Well, I only really trust one person. Rein. So... Renvari? Yeah. Renvari.
She stands there, staring at him. Time passes.
Perhaps it is time for you to retire.
Oh, yes. I suppose so. Thank you.
Get some rest. You'll need it.
A massive, open oasis of water stretching hundreds of feet ripples softly. The edges of the lagoon are covered in dense foliage, and beneath the water, a maze-like playground of kelp and coral twists beyond sight. The dread leviathan Exphagog lazily swims through the depths. Standing on a platform in his signature black armor is the tall, distinctive figure of Preon Ensio. The 4 cadets emerge from an archway behind him.
You ready to whoop some ass? Me and Nova are gonna wreck this shit.
You are aware that we're training against each other?
Then I guess it'll be your ass I'm whooping.
That's my job, Devin.
Oh, you can't all team up on me.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have Fritz with you.
So now I'm at even more of a disadvantage? Great.
Don't discount Fritz. They have a hell of a lot of fight. Ain't that right?
No, not really.
Shocking.
I just kind of want to get to know Volca better. Spending time with them really is the highlight. The fighting is just an unfortunate necessity, I guess.
See? Even Fritz agrees with me.
It's just not one of my specialties.
Well, it's one of mine. Fritz, if you ever want to get a quick spar in, let me know.
Oh, thanks. The cadets approach the waiting Oculite. He stares at the water, watching his beast, the onyx sea serpent, calmly twist in the water.
Cadets, today we begin the process of synchronized combat. To become an effective Eye of the Beast, you must work as a team, moving as one. Learn how your companion moves naturally, and augment their capabilities with your own. Understood?
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Marina should be nearly done checking in with your beast.
The shadow of a massive creature rises from under the waves. Marina rides up on her beast, the huge elephantine walrus, Savinov.
Yes. As we start, each of you will first bond with your companion. Please, don your helmets.
The cadets each don a faceless, form-fitting helmet. Dark indigo on Devenrik, a rusty brown on Efina, a deep emerald green on Rein, and finally, an off-white blue for Fritz.
Well, who wishes to go first?
I'll go.
Devenrik steps off the edge of the platform. He sinks slowly towards the maze of coral beneath. His head swivels, searching for Nova. He begins to swim deeper into the coral when a tendril reaches out, wrapping around him, pulling him in.
Whoa.
He grabs onto it as another tentacle wraps around his body, and then 3 more latch on. He turns to see the skin of Nova shift from the red of the coral to match the deep blue of his own attire. He looks up at his companion. An octopus nearly 3 times his size looms above. Her tendrils hold the cadet close.
Hey, Nova. Good to see ya.
As Devenrik embraces her, up above, Oculite Ensio turns to the remaining cadets.
Next?
Fritz, your go.
Yes! Okay, here we go. As they swim down, their eyes sparkle, searching excitedly for their companion. They dive deep into the maze of coral and weave past the vibrant bioluminescence, organic neon lights dancing past them. Their eyes alight on the undulating, semi-translucent creature. Volka! The jellyfish slowly moves towards Fritz, floating beneath them. They drift upward, bouncing Fritz on the soft, billowing surface of their bell-shaped hood. Fritz sits, looking down at the beautiful swirl of neon lights pulsing within Volka.
Which of you is next?
Efina?
You can go.
Right.
Rein streaks off towards the layers of algae and thick moss. Her eyes connect with 3 yellowed eyes. Beneath them, a large, bulbous body shifts. 4 long, green, slimy tendrils extend out. 2 large, amphibious legs float behind the body. And the mouth of the frog-hemoth lolls open with a spiked tongue.
What? Fucking badass, Freyheim!
Cité, are you ready now?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Efina swims down into the kelp forest. She floats, waiting patiently. Kelp swishes to her left, but as she turns, nothing. Another movement to her right. Yet again, nothing to be seen. A powerful scaled body strikes down. She twists upward to see the toothy grin of a dark green and muddy brown scaled dracodile. She darts swiftly to the side. As the beast descends past her, she reaches for the dense kelp with a muster of strength. She tears off a strand. She glances down to see the dracodile return. Yet again, she twists to the side, but this time, she slips the kelp under the creature's chin. She pulls tight, clamping the jaws shut.
Renvari! Calm down!
Efina holds tight as Renvari rolls. Acid bubbles out of his mouth, eating at the kelp.
Oh no!
She places a hand on his scales, concentrating.
Hey, Renvari, can you hear me? It's Efina, your companion. You're fine. You don't need to panic.
Renvari continues to flail wildly. The kelp finally gives way. Renvari spins, throwing Efina off his back. She reels in the water before turning to him. He holds the frayed kelp in his mouth.
Oh. So you want to play? Is that it?
She summons a spectral hand in front of him. It grabs onto the kelp, tugging at it lightly. Renvari pulls back, keeping his prize. The cadets continue to learn how to communicate with their beast. Devenrik weaves through Nova's tendrils. Fritz and Volka slowly take each other in. Rein struggles to ward off the affectionate barrage from Freyheim. And Efina tugs at the kelp in Renvari's mouth, the two playing together. However, the time for play eventually comes to an end.
Now that you are acquainted with your companion, it is time to become acclimated. Prepare to begin sparring. Exphagog!
Ensio leaps from the platform. The onyx-scaled leviathan twists towards the oculite. Preon's hand reaches out, grabbing onto one of the beast's spines. He swings onto their back and lands.
My boy. Devenrik Gallus and Efina Citaean. You will be the first pairing, which leaves Rein Eidlon and Fritz Iros. Exphagog and I will monitor your training. If anything gets out of hand, we will step in, but only if absolutely necessary. You may begin.
Follow me. We'll find the right place to wait and then strike. Sound good?
A flash of blue travels across Nova's color-shifting skin in response. She dives. A tentacle reaches out, grabbing Devenrik to pull him along.
Renvari, let's go.
The Dracodile wiggles the kelp and rolls.
Come on, we need to go.
Renvari swims by. The kelp brushes Efina's arm. She reaches for it, but he quickly pulls away.
Drop the kelp, please.
How long should we wait?
A pattern of swirling colors, magenta, blue, red, violet, dance across Nova's skin.
I'm not sure what that means. But fuck it, let's go.
Renvari, I need you to focus. Look at me.
Renvari does not focus.
Please, just for a...
Devenrik slams into Efina, propelling her into the ocean floor. The two impact the rocky sand. Efina reaches up to push Devenrik off her. Tentacles reach out, pulling him away before she can strike. Devenrik drifts. A piece of shredded kelp floats down in front of him. Then he looks up into an open reptilian maw. He puts up a hand, summoning a magical shield. But rather than the lacerations of teeth, a scalding spray of acid launches from Renvari's mouth. Bubbling acidity sears across Devenrik's arm. Nova instinctively pulls away, leaving Devenrik floating in the water. Efina barrels into him, slamming him into the ground. She twists to the side and Renvari follows, pinning him on the ocean floor. Devenrik frantically casts a spell. Energy swirls in on him, and with a flash of blue, he disappears. Moments later, he apparates above Renvari. He dives and lands on the beast's head. With his weight down on the jaws, he muzzles the Dracodile. The beast bucks backwards, but Devenrik holds on tightly.
Nova! Could use some help!
Tentacles fly out at Efina from the giant octopus. She raises her hand, summoning a shield of magical force.
Atya!
It repels the first attack, but the whirlwind of blows continues.
So many tentacles!
She slams her palms together, and a wave of energetic force extends out. Nova retracts her tendrils in, and then stretches them out, and an inky cloud of darkness follows, cloaking the combatants in shadow. Elsewhere, deep in the water, Fritz sits on top of the Bell of Volca, staring across at their opponent. Mounted on the adolescent froghemoth is Rein. Together, the two pairs spar playfully. Freyheim reaches out to poke Volca when one of their tendrils bats it away. They pause, then reset.
All right, Fritz and Volca, give it a go. Our defense is ready. Right, Freyheim?
Freyheim licks playfully at Rein's face.
Miss Freyheim, keep your tongue at the ready. We're on defense. And remember, watch out for the stingers.
The tongue relaxes as Volca cautiously jabs at Freyheim. She knocks the tendril out of the way, avoiding the stingers. Nice job, Volca. You'll get her next time. Well, hopefully you don't get her, but you know what I mean. Exvagog, the dread Leviathan, passes by as Ensio observes. The beast continues past them to the other combatants, still obscured by Nova's dark cloud. As the darkness parts, Ensio witnesses the brawl unfolding. Nova's tentacles wrap around Efina, tightly. Renvari bucks Devenrik off. The Dracodile beelines for Efina. His jaws clamp down on Nova. Blood fills the water.
Nova!
Devenrik throws himself on the restrained Efina. His fists slam into her again and again.
Get your beast under control!
Enough!
Black scales whip through the water. Ensio grabs Devenrik and Efina, pulling them apart. Exvagog slides between the beasts. As the tensions diffuse, Ensio snaps his finger and the water swirls around him, propelling them up to the surface.
Oculite Vestol. The beasts are lashing out.
I will see to it. Any injuries?
Yes. Nova was bitten.
Understood. I will check Renvari as well. Zavanov!
Marina leaps onto the back of her companion. Together,
Hundu.
she and the massive walrus dive under.
What was that, Devin?
Control your beast.
He was protecting me, and in case you didn't notice, your companion was crushing me. I could
She
have...
didn't mean to.
I don't care if she meant to or not. She could
It's
have...
not my fault. You aren't strong enough to...
Enough squabbling! Continue throwing your tantrums, and you will both be expelled. This is about learning to control your beasts and working together as one. You must both be aware of your companions and their every action. Learn to synchronize. Thrashing about wildly will lead to costly mistakes. You're dismissed for the day.
But we only...
Cadet Gallus, watch your tone.
Understood, sir.
I apologize for our lack of awareness. It will not happen again.
Devenrik and Efina leave, heads bowed. Oculite Ensio turns back to the playful skirmish between Fritz and Rein, a frown curling at the edges of his mouth. Exphagog breaches the surface next to him. His hand finds the side of his beast.
The fighters rage while the children play. Oh, X. We must channel the fighter's passion. Use it to make them stronger. I fear these other two do not have the makings of warriors.
Oculite Ensio watches, assessing skill and potential, while Marina tends to the beasts below. A few weeks have passed. Marina stands behind a large lab table that stretches across a room filled with capsules and pods. Bioluminescent stalks hang down from the ceiling, casting harsh, blue-white vibrance across the tubes and vials that lie on the table. Across from Marina sit the 4 cadets. The Oculite holds up a vial of light teal liquid.
And with that, the serum is complete. Upon combination with the bloodstream, your body will adapt aquan features. Who recalls the name of this biomantic enhancement?
A hand shoots up.
Yes, Efina.
It's called aquatic organs.
Correct. Now I will inspect your attempts. Up first, Efina Satane.
Yes. Here it is.
Fine work. You see the swirling deep indigo, here near the base?
Yes. I do.
A common mistake. Your tincture misses the potency to last for an extended period of time, but the serum should still be effective. A valiant effort.
Thank you for your feedback.
Next, Devenrik Gallus.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, a brilliance of green.
Hell yeah.
This signifies a less effective transition.
Oh, what?
The user may gain some of the aquan capabilities, but not all. As to which ones will take effect, there's only really one way to find out. Moving on. Fritz Isles.
Yes, I think I've got it, but I'm not entirely sure. I struggled with synthesizing the coral to adapt what should alter the lung structure, but it could be fine. I'm not really...
Fritz. A moment.
Yes?
First and foremost, you do not need to explain and justify the challenges in creating your serum. Do not undermine your hard work with self-doubt. Secondly, your tincture is accurate and should be effective upon consumption. A great example of a biomantic enhancement. Exquisite work. Finally, Rein Eidolon.
Yeah, Vestol. Here it is.
Rein. Oh, this is exceptional. The balance of compounds is nearly perfect. This is impressive work.
Thank you.
Now, our next enhancement is a compound that greatly enhances physical capabilities, specifically strength and stamina. Hunter's musculature, a quick boost of adrenaline and arcana.
Marina holds up a vial of dark, swirling blue-black liquid.
When concocted correctly, this biomantic enhancement proves very effective in a tight situation. We begin with synthesization.
The cadets set to work, using a blend of chemistry, biology, and arcana to create another biomantic enhancement. An hour passes as they work at their stations, Devenrik and Efina slowly trudging through while Fritz keeps at a steady pace. However, they all pale in comparison to Rein's hyper-focused speed. She finishes before the others. Fritz, shortly after, with Devenrik and Efina pulling up the rear. Marina yet again inspects the arcane tinctures.
Well done. Gallus and Satane, a decent attempt. This is not your forte. Combat suits you better. You are both dismissed.
Efina and Devenrik nod, stepping out of the room.
Fritz, Rein, you both show a proclivity for developing biomantic enhancements. You have natural skill and precision, especially you, Rein. If you would accept, I would like to work with both of you on researching and developing new enhancements.
Yeah. Sure thing.
Sure. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but I'll try, I guess.
Good. You will be under my wing for the remainder of your cadet training. Upon completion, you will either become one of the Vanguard or a bioarcanist.
What's the Vanguard?
A group of scouts. They survey the Norlic Sea, acquiring information and intel.
And the bioarcanists are what? Biomancy research specialists or something?
Yes, precisely.
And what about our beasts?
You'll still be training with them. However, it will not focus as heavily on combat tactics. I encourage you to use your beasts as the basis for your biomancy. Zavanov's thick walrus hide sparked the creation of one of my more recent enhancements, thick skin. Find inspiration in your companions.
Okay, good. Will do.
You are both dismissed.
The two remaining cadets exit the laboratory, leaving Marina alone for a moment.
Good evening, Marina.
Ensio.
Progress going well?
For the most part. Rein and Fritz show an aptitude for biomancy in a developmental sense. I will be taking them under my wing. As for Devenrik and Efina...
They excel in combat. It's best if I am their mentor.
Well, then we are in agreement.
Indeed. As for who will be going after the Scorching Visage...
It's too soon to say.
The Admiral's call expects one of these recruits to hunt it down. Keep that in mind.
I am.
Then we will discuss it later. As of now, I'm leaning towards Gallus or Satane. But I might have my biases, as they are under my purview.
Rein is proving quite capable.
Yes, Cadet Eidlon is certainly an option. As for Fritz Isles...
Fritz... They're intelligent and eager, but I fear they lack the resolve. A position in research will most likely suit them best.
I fear the same. It is unfortunate. Volker has incredible combat capabilities. I hope they are not wasted.
They are not. I must retire.
Understood. Let us ensure we are on the same page on this.
Marina's eyes flash to Ensio's. Two stern faces stare into each other, dead set and determined. A moment passes and Marina breaks, leaving the laboratory. Some more weeks have passed. Rein sits on a bed, a notebook in her hands. Behind her, fish swim through a large neon-lit aquarium. The glass reflects the door. It opens swiftly as Efina storms in.
Hey, how was training?
Ugh, bad.
What happened?
What do you think?
He beat you?
Again.
God, I'm sorry.
Every single time he wins. It wouldn't be so bad if he wasn't such a...
An ass?
Yes!
Oh, God, that's the fucking worst.
Is it really that hard to show some humility?
No.
I'm working just as hard, if not harder than he is, and still, every single time, I lose.
You've just got to keep trying.
Just to lose again? I don't see why.
Only way to get better.
Sure.
Well, what about Ensio?
He's helpful. Gives us both pointers. He acknowledges my skill more than Devin, so that's appreciated.
Good. He's seeing your work.
I guess so.
Just take a breath.
Fine.
Better?
Yes, I think so. Anyway, how was your day?
Oh, fine. Good. I don't know.
Care to elaborate?
I'm worried for Fritz.
What about them? Are they all right?
Yeah, they're okay. I don't know.
What is it? You can tell me anything.
I know. It's just... Okay, so Fritz. They're struggling. And I keep telling them they just need to believe in themselves. They have the skills and they have the intellect, but it's...
They don't believe it.
Exactly. And I don't know what it is that's holding them back. Actually, that's not true. I do know.
What is it?
It's this fucking program. It's so goddamn competitive. They break you down to build you back up to what they want you to be.
Or what they need you to be.
Right.
We can do this, though. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, I got you, and you got me.
Thanks. Love you.
You too.
You want to grab a bite?
Yes, please.
They stand together, hands interlace as they step from the chamber. Fritz sits outside the hive. They lean back against a hardened shell of coral, staring out at the ocean. Their eyes are almost in a trance as they gaze off into the depths. Their pupils trace across the faint strips of moonlight that pierce the veil of the sea. A figure swims up next to them.
What are you looking at?
The ocean.
No shit. Anything in particular?
No, not really.
Mind if I take a seat?
By all means.
Thanks.
One day, we'll die out there.
Well, fuck. Morbid much?
We probably will.
You don't know that.
Yeah. I guess I don't. It's not a bad way to go, though. The last thing you'll see will be the end of the endless depths.
Is that supposed to be reassuring?
Yeah. I mean, it is for me.
That's the most depressing shit I've ever heard.
It's kinda nice to know there's something immense and all-encompassing that extends beyond us. We only know a fraction of a percentage of what is out there. Compared to that, you and I are practically nothing. It takes some weight off your shoulders.
Does it? It just makes me feel small.
Exactly.
The war.
Feels inconsequential.
Yeah. Something like that.
When it's all said and done, the ocean will still stand. A bastion of nature.
You need to stay focused.
I am.
On the war and training.
I wonder how many have died out there, throwing their lives away for this little squabble.
This is more than that. We're fighting for our culture. We're fighting for the pride of our nation. We have to be noble and strong. We are examples of the might of Zola.
So, you think we'll win?
Yes, I think so. I believe we will win.
Do you really, though? Are you that sure? Without any doubt?
Well, no. I can't help it.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, we'll just be bodies floating, while the microorganisms, the plankton, and the algae feed on our decay until we're nothing but bones on the seafloor. It might be a battlefield for Grengar and Zola, but in the end, the ocean will win the war.
Yeah. I guess so.
How does that make you feel?
What?
You heard me.
Well, I can't decide.
On what?
If it's a noble or sad way to die.
It can't be both.
I don't know if that's up to me.
Why not?
It's not my job to make those kinds of decisions.
But it could be.
No. I'm here to fight. And win.
So you still have free will. If your death means nothing, then I don't think your life does either.
That's bullshit.
If you didn't die, then you'd have no reason to live. Life is precious because it ends. When you choose how to live, you inevitably choose how to die. And it seems we've decided to die fighting for Zola.
Deep.
or the ocean?
Both.
Glad you can make that decision.
Fuck off. Are you sure you're not looking for anything?
No. I'm not. I'd like to find solace or maybe a sense of peace, and I feel like I get so close, but
Something's off.
yeah.
Like, when you look down at the water from above, you can't rely on just what you see because it's not the true perspective.
Yeah, it's only a refraction.
Yeah, a twisted image of reality.
I like that.
Thanks. Are you doing okay?
This isn't what I thought it would be. I wanted to study and research. I want to discover and dive deeper. I don't want to fight.
I get it. But that's what we've signed up for.
There's gotta be another way.
I'm sorry.
Ever heard of a red bloom?
No.
Microscopic algae grows in a plethora, rapidly blooming. It releases a chemical, a toxin. That toxin kills fish, people, potentially even leviathans. How do you win against that? How do you fight a microbe? Something so small and yet so fucking immense.
I don't know.
You don't.
Well, unless you can adapt.
Sure. I guess.
And that's what we have to do. Adapt.
Easier said than done.
But it can be done.
It can.
You know you can adapt too.
I'm trying.
I know. I know. Hey. You're gonna be okay.
Sure.
I mean it.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Rein and Fritz sit on the floor of an aquatic lounge. Coral chairs and tables surround them. Clear vials, colorful tinctures, and an array of chemicals rest on the low table before them, along with 2 sets of scientifically arcane equipment. The 2 lean forward. Rein holds a drop of thick, bright liquid over her vial. Fritz watches her, holding their own silvery drop over another. This is it. Let's see if it works.
Shh. I'm concentrating.
Sorry, I just got a little nervous.
Here goes.
Rein's droplet falls and the liquid shifts in color. Do you think it worked?
Fritz, are you gonna sit here watching me work, or are you gonna finish your enhancement?
Right. Sorry. Fritz drops theirs. Like Rein's, the color changes as the droplets swirl.
Done. Ready to give these a shot?
Yeah, I think so.
I almost got you at the end there, though. When I broke...
Yeah, but you didn't.
Can't you at least give me some credit?
Sure. You did a great job of attempting to hold your own out there.
You just finished combat training?
Yes.
Rein caps the vial and hurries over to Efina. The 2 kiss briefly before Rein pulls away.
And how'd it go?
It went okay.
Yeah, it went okay. If you like getting your ass whooped.
Devin! I wasn't asking you.
Sorry. Didn't want anything to be misconstrued.
So, what happened?
It started off well enough. Redvari and I managed to dive bomb them and catch them unaware. Nova wrapped around me and Devin, forcing us to engage in combat, which didn't go too well for me.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway, Nova wrapped around Renvari, and he rolled like we practiced breaking her grip on him. When he went to retaliate with his tail, she deflected it with her arms, but Renvari did get a good claw in on Devin.
Ah, a lucky blow.
Give him credit, that was a well-timed strategic hit.
Yeah, alright. He did get me pretty good, I'll give him that. What are you two working on?
We're working on a new enhancement. It's based off our beasts. So, we're trying to figure out a way to create extra limbs. Kind of like Freyheim's tentacles or Volka's tendrils. And when we take the enhancement, our body adapts, growing an extra appendage for a brief period of time.
Damn. That's terrifying. And pretty fucking cool.
Thanks.
So, we're gonna go give these bad boys a test run. See you in a bit.
As Rein goes to leave, Efina grabs her hand and pulls her in. Their lips press together briefly as they kiss again.
Best of luck.
Thanks. But this is all science. No luck needed.
Rein kisses her back before pulling away and leaving the room. Fritz excitedly follows her out.
So, I overheard the Oculites talking the other day.
Really? What about?
Us, the cadets. What we're gonna be doing after training.
Oh. What'd they say? Anything...
So, Rein and Fritz are probably gonna be doing some science shit. At least that's what Marina wants. As for you and I, there's 3 options. We're either heading to the front lines, blasting Gringari warships or whatever the fuck,
Boring.
or becoming hunters.
Hunters.
Yeah, we'll have to hunt down specialized threats, including Eyes of the Beast who go missing or rogue. And then we find what's left of them, or, if needed, take them out.
Oh, that's intense. I don't know if I...
Yeah, it feels kind of fucked up. But I guess somebody has to do it.
Wait, wasn't Ensio a hunter?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit. Respect.
Anyway, what's the last option?
We'd be searching for an artifact or a relic or something, called the Scorching Visage.
Do you know what that is?
Nah, not really, but it sounds cool as shit.
I'd be down for that. I feel like it fits.
Yeah, is that the assignment you want then?
Yes, I think it fits me the best.
Why is that?
I'm the perfect blend between strategic intelligence and
Sure.
combat capabilities.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me guess. That's the one you want too.
I mean, it's the whole reason I came here. To help the nation of Zola, to act as their protector. It's what I'm here to do.
So, it's between you and me.
Well, apparently it's gonna be whichever one of us does a better job in our placement evaluation.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Sure.
What does that mean?
Well, we know who's gonna be going after the relic.
No, we don't.
We kinda do.
I'm getting more and more blows through your defenses, and...
Sure, but you're still... Never mind.
Still what?
Sloppy.
Sloppy?
You asked.
Because you were...
Look! Chill out.
Devin, this is getting out of hand.
No, you're right. Best of luck. You're gonna need it.
What does that mean?
Let's be real. You haven't gotten any closer to beating me.
That doesn't mean that I'm not going to.
Look, if you somehow manage to scrape out a win...
Then what?
It's just luck. No skill.
Excuse me?
What?
You're joking, right?
I mean, not really. Facts are facts.
Why can't you respect me?
What are you talking about?
All you ever do is talk about how much better you are than me. You never give me credit on my hard work.
That's not true.
And you always interrupt me.
No,
when
I don't.
You just did! I'm asking you, as your friend, to respect me. Give me credit when I do something well, and treat me with basic human decency instead of treating me like you're subordinate.
Okay. I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect earlier. You're a hell of a fighter.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab something to eat. You want anything?
No. I'm fine.
Alright. See you around.
Devenrik stands, stretching his arms above his head before stepping to the door.
Just so you know, it's still gonna be me going after that relic. So, you better figure out what you're gonna do.
He leaves the room as Efina watches, quietly thinking.
Such bullshit.
She scans the room, and her eyes land on the biomantic vials that rest on the table.
Where is it?
She quickly sorts through them, looking through the various enhancements, until she finds one, a dark blue-black vial.
Hunter's musculature.
She quickly pockets the vial and syringe. Calm and collected, she stares forward. Suddenly, Rein rushes back into the room.
Yeah, sorry. Forgot my notebook.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah. What's up?
After we get our placements, what then?
Well, besides going wherever they send us and following orders and shit.
Besides that,
I guess...
what about us?
Oh, we'll be fine.
I can't lose you. I don't have anyone without you.
What about Renvari?
Well, yes, but that's different.
I mean, is it? We're both beasts in our own right.
Rein, God damn it. I'm trying to tell you how I feel.
What do you feel?
I'm scared.
We'll still see each other, you know? We have to come back for briefings and shit.
I know.
It's gonna be okay. We got other things to worry about right now. Focus on your eval.
Yes. No. Yes, you're right. Go fiddle with your potions.
Oh, I'll save the fiddling for later tonight.
Shut up.
Rein leans down, and the two kiss. She grabs her notebook, and then stands to leave.
Hey, I don't want to lose you either. I love you, Effie.
I love you too.
Rein glides from the room, leaving Efina alone. Her hand slowly moves to her pocket, toying with the vial. An opportunity to win.
Thank you for listening to The Allbright, a Tabletop Rodents production. Written and produced by Lynn. Directed by Nina Gioiosa. Efina, voiced by Vita Villalobos. Rein, voiced by Maddi Albregts. Devenrik, voiced by Silas Vaughn. Fritz, voiced by Lynn. Marina, voiced by Candace McAfee. Preon, voiced by Joseph David Spence. Sound design by Anthony Call. Music composed by Toby Dias. Edited by Lynn. Script editing by Allison Snyder.